agree with it. Now I have some back history with Essence. I've put her on my channel numerous times, you know, saying my opinions about her when she was going back and forth, or with herself with the Natureboy situation, her going over there for a hot second. I guess it didn't work out in the past, and her making videos about it. And she didn't like it, but she was respectful in saying how she felt. So we've always had, I don't agree on this end, she doesn't agree on that end. So we have a relationship of agree to disagree, but respectfully. So I allowed her to come onto my platform to share her thoughts on this whole situation. And a lot of people, I think, were triggered by the response. And again, it's agree to disagree. Now, we all could hear from the conversation, I did not agree with one thing that Essence had to say, but I respected it. But just know that I just wanted to give you a shocking, not coerced or prepared prior to the live going the other day, but raw, that there are people, and I keep telling you that you'll be surprised, that resonate and agree with Natureboy, doesn't see what he was doing as wrong and sick like we do. So I just want to say that as a reminder, as you watch this, for a lot of you guys that may have missed it, it can be triggering hearing someone, I think, in my opinion, respectfully making an excuse for everything that was thrown her way. Essence, and she stayed drilled in on Neytiri and that whole situation. Like Neytiri's the bad guy and Natureboy's the good guy, when they both have ish with them, and they both put themselves in a situation that could have been avoided, and now we're here, and we have to deal with the now we're here and move on. And hopefully all parties going forward know their boundaries, and also know that their behaviors are going to continue to get them in a lot of trouble if they don't change who they are moving in this community. Natureboy is a healer. So I think that if you get something, well, he's, you know, locked up now, but at the time, or even now, the people that are trying to perpetrate a fraud, about, you know, I get it, food does heal, but you know, I'm not going to, with all of what's going on, I'm not going to get something that I could prevent from getting, and try to use food to heal it, when I can just prevent it in the first place by being safe. So I've never heard of Natureboy healing or being some type of a medicine man. He has not healed anyone. We're still trying to get, and you already know it because you look at these videos on all these channels, we're still trying to understand what happened the night in question with Mama Dia. And we know that we're not saying, I'm not saying that Natureboy had nothing to do, like his father's, like something malicious for her not to be here now, but he was an influence on her not taking her medication, even though she's a grown woman. I remember when I used to report on them back in the day, you couldn't go over the carbonation if you was on medications, even if you had a prescription like for your eyes or something, like eyeglasses, you had to go over there and be cold turkey in order to be part of his camp.
But
And
doesn't everyone know that before they go there? Like,
well, yeah, they do, and that. But see, the thing is they obviously don't know better, because see, Mama, you know, rest her, you know, I don't want to talk
you know,
about her
yeah,
because she's not here, but
right.
sometimes when people fall short, we tend to look for people like Natureboy to give us the answer. And that's the only kind of people that's ever been over in carbonation, are people that are looking for answers because they are running from themselves. Some of them, I'm not saying all of them, because remember when he was melanated tribe, these people just want to come together as a community and build and build
That's
and
a
build at
fact.
first. But right,
Yeah.
but when it came carbonation, these were lost souls that came to him. People that were trying to find themselves. I honestly will give him credit. Like when it was melanated, I believe he was on to something. That's why I said I don't know where he went wrong. And that's when it started, you know, people started saying, wait, what's going on with this brother here? What is
I
he
believe
doing?
he's on a personal journey and he's allowing people to go along for the ride as long as they're willing to submit by his rules, his ways, to be that close to him. And they pretend, they fake and shake because they want to be known for this great thing. But then they get to a point where the pressure's too much and then they break, and the break looks different on everybody. It looks real different on everybody.
Let me
On
ask you this question. Now, the last 90 days prior to the SWAT coming to his home, let me ask you this. What do you call what he was doing that last 90 days? Was that like a teaching for the community, or was that like a skit he was doing for popularity? Was that like a breakdown, nervous breakdown? What do you think? Because you know him personally. You knew it wasn't for you, Carbonation. You left, but you still know him more than we know him. I've never
Mhm.
touched him in the flesh. I've never seen him in person. So I'm asking you, what from what you saw from a distance prior to him getting locked up, from the SWAT coming into the house and taking him out of there, what do you think that he was doing that last 90 days prior to getting locked up?
Based off of my observation of the patterns, because the patterns are, he has, done things for money, concerning, pornography. He has
Mm.
been to transgender. This is what he stated. There is evidence of that. I believe that it's something that he has to deal with, but the black community is not ready to see the black with it. And some people are ready to ride with him through that, and some people are not. Either way, it was his personal thing. And despite the fact that he has all this other stuff going on, he's still dealing with his personal thing. It was beyond me. It hurt my feelings. I was like, what? This is a lot for me. Time to tune out because this isn't serving me right now.
Did you hear what
Hurtful for me. Um,
It's Shanti said he got tired of pretending the mask came off. And I believe that too. I believe that,
mask off. Mask
right. I, I,
off.
be,
Yeah.
I believe it may have started
Mm-hmm.
off
She
where
is
his
right.
intentions was good. But the thing is, and I can get how frustrating it can be as a
But that's
social
not
media
negative
influencer.
to be masked off. It's not negative to truly go through your energies and express yourself because other people need to stop being fake and be who they really are. Download brothers need to stop being download brothers. That shit irks. I mean, excuse my language. It irks. Like, people need to
Yeah,
truly
but
express their authentic self so we know who we are dealing with. That's the lesson. That is truly the
yeah, you're right.
lesson.
But let me just say this to you. I don't know why this message keeps coming up. But let me just say this to you. You're absolutely right what you're saying. But I feel like people can reveal their mask, take it off, and be who they are. That's being real. You're right. But there's a limit to what you record of your life because, see, he had choices and he chose to show that mask of how he was treating those people over there, and by the law of the land, that's not acceptable. So that's why he's in jail now, because of his actions, his behaviors, the mistreatment. Even if those people were accepting of it, that is not something that we would want the law to turn a
This
blind eye
this
to.
is this is where my personal opinion gets more in depth, which it sucks because it's like it's for me, someone who is learning from afar, it's a teaching moment of things that I should not do or stop doing in my own life when I'm watching these lives. And it's like, what the hell? Or oh my God, I realized that's me, I'm triggered, different things like that. It's a teaching moment, but at the same time it's dangerous because it puts him in a position where something like what's happening right now could happen. But everybody that's going there is literally going there to do shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has watched him online. Everybody has seen the patterns of what goes on, but they still go because they want to do it too. So
Well, That's
Why, when you
scary.
get triggered, do you take it to the next level as if you're a victim when you know you, because you want power? All those things that hurt you, all those things that make you weaker, you want to become stronger by being close to him. So that's why you want to, you see that online and you want to go there. So you can have the power to turn around and you can do it too.
But let me
But you
ask you
didn't
this
make it
question.
that far.
But you really think that that's a strong person with power, or a man who's, it's called, when people are hurt people hurt people. I believe that Nature Boy's hurt. I don't think that there's nothing strong
Definitely,
about him.
we're all hurt. We're
But
all
I
hurt.
get it. But what I'm trying to say to you is, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna be around like-minded people. I'm not gonna have weak links around me just to make myself big. And I feel like that's what I didn't like about what I saw. And this is only my opinion. Like I said, I'm only viewing it from afar. But I feel like all the Carbonation members that he invited over there, they were the convictor weak people
Of
who
course,
was gonna
absolutely.
go for that BS, because there's no way. Like you had to leave, like you said. There's no way that somebody that got
I
self
mean, even
esteem.
I'm weak in certain aspects of myself. I'm weak. I'm trying to figure out certain aspects of myself. It may not be as in depth as others, but I'm figuring out aspects of myself as well. And you do have to just really consider the fact that this is really what the people that go there want. This is not the melanation group. This is the carbonation
Yeah,
group.
you're right. I
They
get it.
they
Right.
they want to do the shadow work.
Yeah, I
They
get what you're saying. But
yeah.
right, right. I get what you're saying. And hey, if you what's is the old saying I always say, if you like it, I love it. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
So
saying? But
this
like you said, but see, but that's scary too though, because like
it
you
is
said,
scary. It's
these
shadow
people,
work. It's dark.
but
It
yeah,
gets
but
dark.
look at where, but see, now they want to do shadow work, like you just said, and go over there for their own selfish reasons. And now he locked up because, like you said, they're playing the victim, and the people that
Hmm.
they're playing the victim to, they have to take their word for it, look into it, hold this man in a
This
cage
is
where.
it's very interesting. I wanna ask you a question about your perception with the, because the way I perceive it,
Mhm,
I don't know what this, young lady who is a beautiful, creative lady, I don't know what she experienced, but my brain can't wrap around being forcefully made to have intercourse
mhm.
and be screaming and saying no and being with someone that was in the house while that happened to me.
Well, that
My,
well,
my
I
brain
can't
can't wrap
understand.
around that.
Well, see, right. I can't understand that either. But like you just said, I think you answered your own question. These people go over there, and also while they're over there or prior to them going over there, they think that that can't happen to them. That happened to her. So that's not their concern, because remember, they're going over there for their own selfish reasons. They want to, like you said, they want to take on who he is and come back and duplicate that. So they don't care that somebody's getting violated in the other room, long as he's not messing with them for the moment. And see, that's what the problem is. People turn a blind
So she's
eye
gonna
and
look at him knowing that he did not, he like literally was just like there. Like you're gonna look at him and feel that, and that's a safe space to you. Like I don't understand that. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it.
I'm not either. Like I said, I mean, I've called Nature Boy many a things. I'm still trying to picture this violation happening. But like I said, with everything happening in the world, you can't bring nothing past nobody, especially if somebody has, like you said, and like I'm agreeing to, maybe that was his meltdown. He's a different person now because he's going through his own circumstances, and he checked out. I don't know. I honestly wasn't
That
there. I
would that
don't.
would trigger me to know that someone was there while allegedly, something like that. Like I couldn't look at that person. That would hurt my heart. That would break my soul. That would, oh my goodness, imagine? No
Yeah,
way.
but those
Like
people are numb. You have to understand. You left, so you got it. But those
I didn't
people
leave.
stayed
He
around.
he made me leave because I wasn't interested in some certain things. And
Oh, okay, okay. I
yeah,
didn't know that. I
yeah,
thought
he
that
made
you
me
left.
he made me leave. And
Oh,
yeah.
so when he made you leave, did he like bash you online, or did he have
I
any other?
bashed I bashed him first. I was like saying it was a sex cult and I didn't even have enough information, but I just saw some things and I was just like
You're
I was
going in
thinking
and
in a
okay.
melanation mindset. So it was carbonation and things were elevating and changing and he was dealing more with shadow work and it wasn't like said or presented like that. It just was what it was. So my brain couldn't wrap around what it was because I had this melanation type of thing in my head. But it had already went to another level. I was left behind pretty much. Like I was on some old shit. It was on some new shit. Excuse
Listen,
my
somebody.
language again.
Yep. So, beautiful Celeste said you was gonna be a problem, so he had to use. He had no use for you, sis. You couldn't validate him, right? And I agree with that too. Anybody that he thinks, like for example, I know Neytiri's in, not Neytiri. Oh God, Lord, Nice is in here. Ooh, child, you bro, we
But
talking about her now. You got me saying her name, but Nice is in here. She was a handful too. Yeah, she's in
Niger
here
is a
now.
handful. I can see. Have you seen her on live? I saw her with Gag Goose. They was going in with the police there. I don't know. I don't
When?
know what it is. What about these men's energy nights that you be like, you be running to it and then you be fighting. You be like, what's good? Square up. What's good? Like,
Wait
I
a minute,
don't know.
back up, back up. So wait a minute. You talking about something recent?
I don't keep up with the times. That
I was
might have
about
been
to
a
say
couple
because
of months ago.
oh, I was about to say I didn't hear about that. She's in the chat now. She stays up here in the chat, but she asked, "Was it live?" That's why when you talking, I said, "Yeah, it's live." But yeah, that was her. Niza. She comes up on the platform a lot too. But she's another one that was a handful. Nature Boy ain't dealing with nobody that ain't gonna listen to him and might say let's
It's just all about how you are dealing with him and on what level of expectation you have. Keep in mind, most of the women that deal with him, they have an expectation of being chiefess. They're gonna overpower whoever is chiefess, and they are about to become the main chick. They all have this mentality. So
you see
when it
that?
doesn't happen, it plays out in different ways with different people based off of their energies.
You see what she just said, Niza?
What's she say?
That's her right there. I crashed my car because I don't want anything to do with him. Niza, when'd you crash your car? Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Don't
child.
crash your car. Like you got full coverage insurance. Like what's going
I'm
on?
trying.
Like
You crashed your car when, Niza? Put it in the chat. He asked them questions about their life and he played on that and knew how to move with each and right, he sure did.
that's a part of the shadow work. He gotta
Mm-hmm.
get into your head. He has to get into the core of who you are. Open your eyes so I can see.
Yep,
That's
yep, yep,
because
yep.
you gotta
One
open
mind,
up.
oneself. One mind, oneself. All that stuff.
The
Shoot, and he
first thing
sure
a
got
lot of
his
people
mind.
have to be able to accept is that there are people that have the mentality to gravitate towards a cult lifestyle. If it's not this cult, it's another cult. And some cults are worse than others. Some cults you really can't leave. Some cults will really take you out in the woods and you can't, go. But in this instance,
What?
in this
I
instance,
can't
you
wait a minute.
you can leave.
Let's not jump over that. You said there's some, I call them communities or tribes, but you said there's some communities that they really will take you out into the woods and you can't leave. What do you know of it? I'm not saying you're supposed to name drop, but I'm saying you do you know, I was about to say the word C,
No,
but
I
do
don't
you
know.
know community? Oh, I
I'm
was about
not
to
on
say.
I'm not on that captive frequency like that. I can't pick up on such a frequency. I could never relate to such a frequency where I could be trapped like that unless they just call me slipping and it's
Somebody
just
said
like a
yes, Lord.
situation.
Yeah,
But
I
I
feel what you're
couldn't,
saying.
no, I could never be in such a situation. But let's just
Yeah.
be real. Like as long as you're in a situation where you can leave at any given time, what happens to a person when they see something that they are morally completely against and then they stay? What happens to your soul?
Well, we seen it happen for a few years with like a lot of them. I mean, do you want me to name them? The ones that
Yeah, name
we
them.
can name, like
Name a
True.
couple.
Let's not
Don't
just
you
say
ain't
the
gotta name
female.
them all.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna name a couple of them that I see right now. True,
Hmm.
Efuru, Aya, Zoka, Malia. Okay, and then even the ones that left right after he got locked up. How could you stay there? I'm telling you, I'm strong. But some of the stuff that I would have saw, I can only imagine that these people saw, I would be crazy. I would come
That's
back.
just
I would
it.
need
It's it.
regroup.
It could be all in the imagination. What's his name? Solar Love. He said himself that everybody doesn't have the same information, which means everyone is having a different relationship and experience. So for us to presume that everyone knows everything exactly the same is not based in facts. It's just not fact
Yeah.
based. Like we don't know Efru's experience exactly. We know things. We know Efru, based off of patterns, does not want to have a baby. I don't think so, based off of the patterns that we've seen. She doesn't want to have a baby
Hmm.
by maybe anybody but Baba G. You know,
Wait a minute.
who we
Back up.
gonna
Back
blame
it
that
up.
on? Like we
Wait a minute. Back up. Wait a minute. Back up. Back up. You just said who don't want to have a baby, but from nobody but Baba G, as in AKA Nature. Well, who are you talking about?
like no, not who don't. She don't. She doesn't want to like have a baby by anybody else but Baba G. We know based off of patterns. Like my
Who
whole
are you
point
talking
is
about?
like
When you say she, who I'm
Efru.
saying who you. Oh, Efru. Okay, okay. Cause see, I'm glad I asked you because I'm
Yeah,
thinking you were talking about somebody else. Well,
yeah.
go ahead. You said she don't want to have a baby from. I didn't
Like
even know
my
that.
whole point, of saying that is like everyone still has their free will in this situation, and nobody is being captive, and no one is being manipulated beyond what is already in them. People are doing things and expressing things that are already in them, and it's easy to find a cop out and blame someone else for your own experience, but you're not shackled. Like you can get as much lessons as you choose. Going in, you knew it was shadow work. So
That's crazy.
everybody has their stuff. Everybody has
You're
things in
breaking up.
them already.
Essen, you're breaking up. Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear you
you.
now. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, go
anyway,
ahead.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's just like
Anyway,
all I can say is I don't know. To each his own. Like I don't know. I All I can say to you is that I don't see nothing conscious about carbonation. I have not since I've been reporting on these people. It's demonic.
a,
I mean,
a
I know
lot of
people that
people
have had
need to go
nightmares
on their
watching it.
own journey. This is the biggest problem of it all. Is a lot of people need to go on their personal journey. They need to
I
take
don't
this
think the people that
information,
watch him. But
apply
listen,
it to their own life.
I don't think the people that are watching him were planning. A lot of them, I don't think, are planning on going on a journey. It's a real reality
I don't
show
think so
that
either.
if you put your business out there, people are gonna stay in your business. My mother used to tell me that all the time. If you put people in your business, they're gonna stay in your business. I don't think that people are watching Nature Boy because they're hating and they want to go on a journey and they're hating on his journey. No, I think that people are like, first of all, they're trying to give him the benefit of the
They're
doubt. Like, I know this
entertained.
brother's not up here doing this. I think this is a storyline. And then they find out that this is real. And then they tune in like, how is he even trying to put this online and he's not getting in trouble for it? Even if these people are over there by their own will, it's inhumane to do that to people and think it's okay. Talking about this is the journey. What
So when you
journey is
say
that?
inhumane, which part? Which part?
All of it.
Let's pick something specifically. Let's just pick one thing specifically.
Okay, well, there's a few things I'm not gonna say on live that just recently I
Okay.
believe to be true, because it's inappropriate. But like you want me to tell you one?
All right.
What is normal about
Mm-hmm.
him ordering one person to slap the other? I mean, who does that? Like, what
Oh,
does that have to do with a
some
spiritual?
people are into. Some people are into to what do you call that? That type of lifestyle.
I
Are
know
we
what
going to
you're talking
deny the
about when
fact
they're
some
like,
people are into that? Some
it's like,
people are into that, and when the cameras go off, they might have like really good, you know what it is.
yeah, I know.
They may have
Well,
it. some people. No one is gonna take that if they don't like it or want it for
But let
some.
me tell
They
you.
have something going on with that turns them on.
Okay, well, let me say this to you again. You remember what you just said, that half those people are over there for their own reasons, and it's mainly a come up. So I don't, and this is my opinion. I don't believe those people like to be treated like that, but that's what people do for the love of
You think it's
money,
just about to
fame,
come up?
huh?
Yeah,
What you
just
say?
like I was watching on Instagram and they were talking about the Instagram models that go to Dubai and do these heinous things for money.
Mm-hmm.
For it's amazing what people will do to position themselves to make amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not
You a
talking about any
girl.
one particular person. I'm just
Good luck.
yeah, so
Listen,
and
I'm
maybe
gonna
he
say it
picks up on
again.
that energy because
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep. Yeah,
All
you're
right.
going in and out, but you were breaking up. Hey, listen. Like I said, I believe now I'm on the same page with you with them people are going over there for a come up. I don't know about that liking to get slapped upside the head and all that other stuff. Just like the time when they were rubbing
They
Nature Boy's
might be
feet.
into you could know.
Listen, let me tell you in my opinion. Now you talking about some freaky stuff. I'm saying in my opinion, when Malia got slapped upside the head prior to
I
him
mean,
getting locked up, when they were massaging his feet, Malia didn't look like she liked getting slapped upside the head by Zoka. So I don't want to hear that. That's some you
okay,
in
so
Nature
let's
Boy's world.
let's say let's say okay, she didn't like it. So why do you think she stays?
I don't listen. You know what? We should have her up here so we can ask her because I'm trying to figure out the same thing. I'm trying to figure out the same thing as you.
Because
I don't believe.
she's getting overall she's getting what she feels best for her life. That's why she there, regardless of how people see it. She can escape if she wants to, but she feels that she's getting the best experience of her life.
Right.
I guess that
Mind
would cut off a
control.
whole show, so that would be entertaining.
Well, I don't think
Mind
I thought
control.
that he was doing okay. He already had a show without doing what he did the last 90 days. I think, be honest with you, I think what he did the last 90 days prior to getting locked up, I really believe
Mhm.
that he was just over the top with it. I've never seen him. I think that that was the worst he's ever been online. Um the other stuff made it, when I think back of the past, it made it more, it almost said, why was you complaining about, why is he doing that over there on camera? Look at what he's doing now. The last 90 days to me wasn't even entertainment. It was almost like, wow,
It,
why are these people allowing him to do this and they're not leaving? They got phones. You're right. Nobody's holding them there. But why are they so stuck? I mean, these people, I don't care what you say, they looked at
because
images like
the
they,
benefits outweigh
that's sad.
the benefits outweigh
Yeah.
all of
Not
that
having
for
to
them.
work.
The
Right.
benefits.
Not having to work. Not having
Yeah.
to work and just partying because he started partying and getting a little extra with the drinking and the smoking, which is cool. I mean, but I'm saying I think that
I
they
feel
liked
like
it those
if you're
luxuries, but
if you're really on his frequency, the ones that's really on his frequency, whatever it is, whatever however we perceive it, it's about are the ones that really don't have issues with him, like Aya, Sheba, like everybody else. Like he's using, they're utilizing
right.
him, and it's an energy exchange. It really is. It's just a couple of them they really, I think they really like a piece of him. I'm not saying that the other
Did
ones
you
are
hear what?
not. Like, don't misunderstand me. I'm just going off the back. I have never seen him just like going in on Aya, other than like when it was an issue with the polygamy or whatever. Or Sheba, which he broke her virginity. So I think that they may, truly be like meant to be around him, and everyone else is just having an experience, and they just falling off as the journey keeps growing. And then they come out and they say all these bad things. And you can only say so much without saying that you too are like that.
Okay, yeah,
How
you're
much
right
you
about
gonna
that.
say
Let me
without
ask you a
saying you two
question.
are like that?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but now
Go
answer this
ahead.
question. Now, I'm
Hmm.
gonna ask you a question now. Do you think that Nature Boy is innocent? Because I see you being neutral. I'm not saying you're taking up for him, but I need to ask you that
Hmm.
question because I think that
Let's look
Nature
at the
Boy is,
facts. I'm glad I was asked this question. Let's look at the
yeah, because
facts.
Nature Boy is
The
not in jail
facts.
because he's an innocent dude. But go ahead,
Okay,
I'm
let's look
listening
at
to you.
the
Go ahead.
facts. The facts are this. Um, and I don't want to. The facts are this: is that I've seen Neytiri on Twitter with a porn with Baba G
Yeah,
before the
but
incident occurred. So I'm getting to
don't
it.
get her
Let
started.
me pull out my
Okay, go ahead.
facts. I've seen that. I've also seen the video where she stated that she went back inside and him and her made love. Those were her words.
Right,
And she was like, I know it was really, really, I just got caught in in the moment. And her words were that they made love.
right,
So if I was attacked, I wouldn't use those words. So if I
right.
would just go off of facts, I would say that the facts are she said that they made love from her mouth.
I
So
get what you're saying, but again, getting
yeah.
off of her right now because I don't want to stay stuck on her. I'm asking you, not talking about. I'm talking about from how you view it because I'm not saying you're taking up for Nature Boy, but it sounds
I'm
like
not.
every I'm about to say because honey, let me say I try to be neutral too, but Nature Boy, in my opinion, like you're giving yours, he's where he needs to be. He's out of control and he needs to be with Nature Boy is sick. I'm sorry. He's the dude sick. And I don't care what nobody says. I don't know if people sometimes sort of take up for him because they don't want to look crazy that they was associated with him at one point in time. So if I just try to play it like, you know, like how we're talking, like, you're
Hmm.
overthinking this, then I won't look crazy. No, Nature Boy is sick. The boy said it himself that he didn't have his parents. There's a lot of unsolved things that made Nature Boy the way he is, to do the things that he did to these people. And I'm telling you, a lot of times when people come from circumstances like Nature Boy, they can do one or two things. They can do better with their life, or they can just, or they can do worse with their life and destroy people's lives in the process. And I believe that misery loves company, and that was a person with a real generational curse that was trying to make everybody else think that they came from a generational curse, but he was trying to destroy them people because inside he feels as though he was a destroyed man. And I'm telling you, there's people in the world, they'll make it seem like they're in for your best intentions, and they're trying to destroy you. They're trying to build you up so they can tear you down. And I'm gonna tell you something. You don't need to be physically in the flesh around a sick man like him, or even a man that's sane, that does want righteousness for his community. You ain't got to be over there laying up with some cuckoo bird. I'm talking about Nature Boy, and to learn the knowledge. You can learn it from a distance, especially if you see him behaving in that manner. Why would you even put yourself in that compromised situation? Who are you trying to prove that to? What
Right.
God are you
Why
trying
would
to
you
prove
put
that to?
yourself in that compromising, so-called
Position.
compromising situation? Is because there's something to gain. So when everybody is telling their story, they forget to leave out all of the benefits. Because there's one thing that I've noticed from his patterns is he doesn't come out and expose all this stuff about the people that are exposing him. And I think they know that. So they know their secrets are safe. So when they're talking and saying all these things, they know their secrets are safe because it will incriminate another person for their secrets to be out. It's like someone else knows your dark side, your
Yes.
deepest things as well, because all those things was brought out. And this is why so many tread very lightly when it comes to talking about things and issues in cult life. There are things that are meant to stay within the cult. And when you decide to go out, you can talk, but you can only say so much because you would incriminate yourself.
Yeah,
So
you said that. At least you're honest about that. That's brutally honest. Like you said, you got to be selective in what you say because, and we all know in the community, you know, with Nature Boy, especially if you've been riding with him for a while, he got stuff on you too. So if, like he said, if you dig a grave for what it used to say, dig a grave for one, dig a grave for two,
Good
or
for
something.
two.
Yeah, he means that because if he goes down and it's like that now, you going down with him. That's what I
Right.
believe. Some of them that are there to answer your question now that you brought that up, because I've said this in my live premiere, I think it was today. I don't think that True, this is my opinion. I don't think that True's over there because he's trying to really ride for Nature Boy. He's over there to make sure if his name's involved, he can clean it up. That man ain't,
Mm.
he knows that he can be late at a later date pulled in for being a witness to something he never reported that could have went on over the years, and he can end up a co-defendant to Nature
Let's
Boy
look at
because
it. Let's look at it from a logical perspective. I mean, he gets a military check. He could take his son and his wife and go outside the country and just be good. Like he doesn't have to stay and wait for doom.
no, I think he's worried about um
I
his
think
own
it's more
mind.
to it than that for him. I don't know specifically, other than just riding out for what he believes in, but it's more to it because it's so easy for him to just take his money and go live in another country.
I don't know. I don't know.
There's
I
nothing that's
honestly,
stopping him from doing that.
well, you know what? True, you're right. He's got an income,
Mhm.
but the other ones that are over there, I feel like they're over there because they're stuck. They don't want to be productive citizens in society. They don't want to work. Some of them
At
probably
this
don't want to
point,
take care
they
of their
put in
kids.
that work. Think about it. They put in that work. Like, they're not really that stuck. If they wanted to leave, there would be so many guys in their
I
DMs
agree with you. I just
offering
said
them
that.
so many options of things that they could do. They could leave and prosper. It's very possible. They could go to another person that, is very much loved in the community. They seem to have their picks and they might be lucky like that. But like, men are gonna come and offer them so many things. They're there knowing that.
But listen, I said I agree with you, but I said, and I told you why I agree with you because I feel like they don't want to be women and take care of their kids. They don't want to work. They want to do the easy route. And if it takes a man running over them and just having to listen to a man in order to not have to do nothing with their own life, which I feel like when a
Mm,
woman struggles, that builds character, it makes a strong woman. That's what
mm.
they're gonna do, and that's what they're doing, and it's really sad because to me, they're, in my opinion, they're wasting their life.
So
Because
how do you feel about the adoption system and process then?
what do you mean? How do I feel about that? I never, I'm not, I wasn't
Because
on.
people give up their children for adoption when they feel that they are not mentally stable or whatever type of level of stable. So do you feel that same way about them for making that choice to
Well,
walk away from the child?
well, let me tell you what I feel about that, and it might be a little bit off topic. Well, it's answering your question, sort of, kinda. They
Okay.
uh, they wasn't allowed to bring their kids over there because they're dealing with a man who to me is not spiritual, and he's trying to say I'm not trying to raise another man's child, so if you want to be with me you need to abandon your child, and to me that's trifling. So that's why, again, nothing about Nature Boy is innocent. We all know why he's in jail, and I'm quite sure.
Yeah, we're just discussing different perspectives of it
No, I
because,
get what you're saying. I
you
get what
know,
you're saying. And I wish, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish that I could be. I'm neutral, but not like how you are. You as you notice, right? Because your conversation and everybody in this chat can notice. You're saying, how you feel, and I'm like, no. Wait a minute,
I'm
hold up,
I'm I'm neutral, but I'm also a cult follower. Keeping
right?
that in mind, I
Yeah,
still
you are.
I'm
You
always
are.
on Target watching
You're breaking up.
TV, listening to the direct one. I used to skip a lot of the lives because that stuff wasn't helping me grow. But
Yeah.
I'm a cult follower, but I go about it a different way. I guess I use logic in a way that I don't put myself in too many situations that aren't good for my journey,
Well,
you know. But
I'm I'm a commentator, and I'm a leader. I don't want to be a follower. Nothing. I don't want
Okay.
nobody to get in my psyche to the point that I have to sell my soul like that, or let somebody just degrade me, and then I have an excuse for everything. Well, Nature Boy this. Well, the reason why, no, we're not making no excuse stuff for Nature Boy. Nature Boy is sick. That man needs help. He's literally, in my opinion, he's
Hmm.
literally trying to stay relevant in jail when he should be fighting for his freedom. That's how I know he's sick. And that's how I know that it's not about no spiritual journey or him trying to build somebody up that's around him. He's trying to tear everybody down so he can stay on top of the throne, and he's going to do it any means necessary.
It's
So I've
that to
seen
me.
this man.
That sounds like the black community as a whole, like
Well, all
straight
right. So let
facts.
me tell you this.
Always trying to
I've seen
tear
this
each
man.
other's down.
Well, listen, I've seen this man lie, try to start uh confusion, and then you'll ask him about it. You can even show him the video of what he said, and he'll still try to tell you he didn't say that. So it's almost like, brother, like you said, but it don't make it right for you to know that somebody's in the community starting self-destruction, and we make excuses up for them. That's why we're messed up in the game now, because we always got excuses for tearing each other down.
My views
And
are a
it's
little
just
different
crazy.
in the aspect of I believe we've been perpetuating this role of a victim, and
Did you
this
hear this
hasn't helped
comment
us
right here?
in our community.
Did you hear Big Red's comment right there? Can you answer that?
What you say?
It's right here in the comment right here. It says, "Well, how do
Oh,
you feel about Velvet? She's like a female Nature Boy." I'm just curious to hear what you
oh,
think.
I feel that she's you know,
Beautiful.
I feel she's moving forward with her journey. Like she did a lot of things, whether she admitted to it or not. But she's just moving forward. If I were to speak on her, I would be speaking on who she was, not who she is, and that doesn't even make sense.
See, listen, let me just say this to you. It's Ashanti. I agree with you what you just said. You said somebody died, that's enough for me. And that is for me. But what we have to understand, y'all hear me put a Y in the chat, y'all hear me say that all the time. We think like the mass majority, and I'd rather stay with the mass majority. Like Ashanti said, I'm gonna say it again. Somebody died, that was enough for me. I ain't making no excuses up when people have been left on Nature Boy's watch and nothing came out of it but something demonic. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Because I can't live with myself, because I know right from wrong. Because you didn't grow up with
It's
this mentality.
bittersweet. It's bittersweet because, if someone leaves there and then they still do something negative because they've already been there, it'll already be associated to him regardless. So if someone would have been like, if he would have been like, okay, you got too many meds or something, you need to, go and take care of that. You can't be here because this isn't the environment conducive for you to be able to do all that. And then they go and do it by themselves, and then something happens to them, he's still gonna get the blame.
Well, I think he needs it.
You
I'm
know,
glad that he's
that's
went
just how
back.
that
I don't
works.
care
That
what
girl,
nobody
she
says.
went there and she left and she killed her mom in some type of way. Sometimes we try to figure out how to connect that to him. It's just like, where does it stop and where does the accountability kick in?
Well, I think the accountability did kick in. That's why Nature Boy's in jail. Because I don't care what you say. I'm no disrespect to you. I'm glad you came my
Of
platform.
course, we just talking it out.
Listen,
That's all.
we're just talking it. That's all. So I
Right,
don't I want y'all to listen, because I want y'all to see we ain't got a cuss to have a disagreement or
right,
not see eye to eye. We're having a disagreement right
definitely.
now. We have from the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of this conversation, but we've been respectful to each other. She's
Most
expressing how
definitely.
she feel, and vice versa. She feels this way, and I feel the opposite. And I'm just gonna express it, but I'm gonna also allow her to express it too. Now, do I agree with Essen right now? No, not at all. I think that Nature Boy is where he needs to be until he gets himself right. Maybe by the time he gets out, I don't know what's going to happen. It might be too late for him, because whatever he did, I feel as though he put himself there. I don't feel bad. I don't want to see nobody locked up, but Nature Boy put himself there. And it was time, because the man was out of control. And I'm sorry. Some things,
I
I'm
have a
sorry.
question.
I'm
I,
listening.
my
I'm listening.
question is his character okay, if it is his character so bad that if it is not true, he deserves it because of his past
No,
actions?
I don't. I'm gonna say one thing to you, and I think a lot of people feel this way too. I don't. A lot of people don't think Nature Boy did the R charge as
Mm-hmm.
he's being charged for. They can't see that. They say he's many things, but they don't think that he's capable. Well, not capable. Everybody's capable of doing something. They don't think
I'm
that
glad
he would
people
do
know
that.
that.
Right. Yeah. So, and I'm quite sure you know that too. That you've been listening at these commentary videos, and a lot of people are not. A lot of people are like, "Well, I don't think he would go there with it." But I think the other charges that are on him are possible. But at the
Mm.
same time, remember, this is supposed to be a spiritual leader. They have to have some sort of evidence enough by law to
I
hold
have
this
a
man.
question. I have another statement when it comes to the other
Go ahead.
ones, not the R, the other ones. Um, so since there was a video that was published prior to all of this, and if a person didn't like it or give authorization for another one to be published, why would they allow themselves to be recorded again after one had already been published prior? Why would you allow it
Right.
again if you don't like it? Why would you even allow someone to record period point blank if it's
You
like, oh
talking
my
about on the
gosh, you
Twitter,
put me
the
online
videos
and I
on
don't
Twitter?
like that?
Okay,
Huh?
but you talking about the Twitter?
Yeah,
You talking
like
about?
if
Oh,
you
okay,
if
yeah.
the first one that went up, you would never get me on camera again. Even if, you
Well,
know,
me
my cult
neither.
mentality, I wouldn't want to say anything because I don't want to be kicked out or whatever. You would still never get me on camera doing it again. Never.
Right.
Because I
See,
know what
but
you'll do with it. It's a pattern. So that shows that I'm okay with it.
I agree with you, Gold. That's what I'm saying because I just it's very unfortunate. And like I said, I have a granddaughter. I have one grandchild, and I'm glad that they're putting him somewhere he could be rehabilitated because children of all ages can be tuning into this mess. We don't even know. Like there's videos all around, not just the videos they took down on his personal page of his behavior, but
Hmm.
commentators that have recorded this stuff that is going to be around as evergreen content that when our kids or grandkids are old enough to sit down and make a choice what they want to watch, they can bump into this and think that this is the way that life's supposed to be, and it's not.
Keep in mind that there's millions of things circulating online. This is such a small percentage. The
Yeah.
odds of that, unless that's the parent's frequency, is very, very less likely. It's
Who's this?
very, very
God get.
unlikely. Yeah.
Wait a minute, your boys up here. God get. Yo, you see him?
I don't see him. I haven't been looking at the chats actually because I'm not concerned with people.
I see you're not right. That's why I keep saying, look right here. You're like, oh
Because people
God.
just want to plant things into someone's subconscious, and I'm not
God
with
get,
that.
where's your video
I'm
at?
good over
Where's
here.
this video at? God get, where's this video at? Remember when you went on your Instagram page how much you got some proof?
That
Where's
video
this
was
video at?
so funny.
Mm-mm.
It was so funny.
I,
Oh my goodness.
she is the same person that kept coming back. She is. Who are you referring to?
And I'm referring to.
Says, oh, this where y'all hiding. Yeah, Naza, your ex is being here
Yeah.
too. Yes, she being here all the time. Uh, Essen don't be in here.
Hmm.
Well, she be in the bushes. Essen be in the bushes. Naza be in the
I, I,
chat.
I, I be in the
Oh yeah,
bushes. Well, I be
you here?
commenting. I have my little
Oh yeah, you
statements
do.
here and there.
You do. Yeah, sometimes Essen, yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
do actually in the comment section, not like in the live chats. You don't be in there. Well, I think I seen you one or two times,
Right.
but not as much as Niza. She's
Maybe,
a
maybe.
frequent flyer. Niza needs to come home. Ooh,
but
child.
but
Child, we
yeah, so
crazy.
So I don't know if you responded to what I just said, or what do you think about the fact that she allowed herself to be recorded again after, if she says it's unauthorized, why did she
I don't
authorize the recording again?
listen. I don't know Neytiri's thought process. I don't know the girl. She can't stand me, which I don't care because I'm old enough to be her mother. I have
She's
a
not a
34-year
bad
old sister.
person. This is just an
I mean,
interesting
listen, I said
experience.
she can't stand me. But what I'm saying, I ain't saying nothing. If the girl said that happened to her, no mean no. Put in
Yeah.
the chat. No means no.
Like
Put it
that.
in the chat. No means
No
no.
means no. No
And y'all
means
need to hit
no.
that like button. If I ain't said to hit the like button the whole time I've
And
been
yes
live, if you
means
don't like,
yes.
and
And
yes
we
means yes.
also put yes means yes because sometimes we say yes and yes means yes. Oh
Well,
my
I believe
goodness.
she did say yes at one point in time, but I think she started saying no. I don't know. That's apparently that's what she saying without saying that she said
Like I
no one
said,
day.
she said from her mouth they made love. Making love
Wait a
is
minute.
making love.
His lordship's his lordship hit me up. I need to talk to you. Here we go again. They all down
Amen.
for the boy. I That's what I say too, beautiful. But like I said, we can agree to disagree. But and I'm gonna respect
Right,
it.
we can agree to disagree. I
I don't agree
strongly
with none of
don't
it.
agree with playing the victim. I strongly
Well, I believe them
don't
people
agree.
were
I'm
victims out
very
there.
sensitive in what I talk because I like to use swear words. I'm not with the everything is good until it's not good for me. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it because when if someone leaves and they leave because of a moral issue, and someone who got did not get things exactly how they wanted and then they left or got kicked out.
But you
How
don't really
often
know
do we
that. You
see people leave because of a moral issue?
Okay? Let me ask you this question: did Neytiri tell you that she was violated? Did she tell you that? Because she never told
No,
me that. I'm looking
no,
at like you the facts. Well, no, not the fact. I don't know the facts. What was presented to me,
right.
and I just feel like
The
you
only
put
thing
yourself in that
that was
position.
stated was is that love was made. And that's the only thing that she said from her mouth is that, well, before all of the other stuff, she said that they made love.
Okay.
That's what she said. Why? Why is that like? I don't know. She said that.
Again,
I
I
remember
stand by.
very
I'm
clearly.
glad that they got him locked up, and I hope they get him some help because the dude's sick. He's nobody I would want to meet in person and be around. He's scary. The dude's a nightmare. I've never seen that. He's just too extra for me.
So,
Dude's sick.
so if he's okay with him being locked up and you being glad, okay, that's your
I'm not. I
perspective
wait a
and
minute.
that's
Back up. Wait a
okay.
minute. Back up.
But like,
I'm not.
do you
Listen.
think they're going to
I'm
give
not
him counseling?
time. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're
Just
gonna give him.
time?
But what do you think they should give him? I'm asking you.
I think.
You can come up,
What
Big
do I
Red,
think they
but
should give him?
let's.
I think they should let. I think that he should come out. I think he should just come out, and that he should stop letting anybody and everybody in his life because it can get messy. It can get
Okay,
real
hold on one
messy.
second.
He got to
Hold on one
recalibrate how
second.
he's moving.
Okay, all right. Hold on one second. You're welcome to come up, but be respectful. Please don't cuss. Um,
Please be respectful,
yeah, be respectful. I know that you
because
guys
it's
are
been
not
a very
agreeing with
respectful
her,
dialogue.
but yeah, it's been very respectful. And you see that Essence thinks one way and I think the other, but I'm not cussing her out. I'm not swearing. I'm having a conversation
I
with her. I
appreciate
don't
that,
agree with anything that she's saying at all up here, but I'm allowing her
and that's
to
totally
speak
fine.
how she feels, and that's all. That's all. It says device not connected, Big Red. I don't know what that means, but it says device not connected. So I don't want you to think I'm not letting you up. It's not letting me put you up on the platform. So check your device. It's saying it's not connected. But I don't mind you guys coming up. But just be respectful because I don't agree with it either. But I'm not gonna
Right, be
disrespect you.
respectful because I'm a guest.
Right. I wouldn't let nobody disrespect you. You ain't gotta worry about that. I'm
I
not gonna allow
appreciate
that
that.
on my platform at all. But no, but yeah, we got to still be respectful. I don't agree with it either, but
But
I'm
it's
not.
good. It's good
I
to
don't
hear
care.
someone. It's good to hear someone from my perspective, because this is the unheard perspective. You know, someone who is a follower of this, but is not living in the house, and I have my
Hold
own
on.
personal relationship with 𝗪𝗔𝗧 that.
Okay, hold on 1 second. It says they will need to connect their mic/camera before you can add them. You gotta connect your mic/camera, whatever that means. Big red. Hello? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on with the connection. But yeah, I don't mind people coming up and saying something if you have something to say. Um, that's not a problem at all.
For someone with
Hello?
the
Why does this keep muting now? I don't know what's going on with this. All right, I can hear you now. Essen? You're breaking up, sis. You breaking up.
or you're like
You're breaking up bad. You're
you
breaking up.
too.
Okay, now I can hear you, but yeah, so I'm not gonna stay on here long. If anybody wants to come up now, because I'm going to be getting off in a second. Y'all know I don't do no more than an hour. Uh I think you probably know that too, Essence. I don't stay on lives too long. I just want to come on here and kick it with you because I knew you were gonna keep it brutally honest. I know that you was gonna get up here and talk the way you're talking, but I wanted them to hear that. What you had to say, your viewpoint, and also I wanted them to hear it because you're starting to honestly see that as much as you try to put into somebody's head that what Natureboy is a bad entity, there's gonna be people that are gonna think otherwise.
That's a
And
fact.
that's
And
just how
those
life
people
is.
can't be hated because of what they think.
Because they
It's just that we see
exactly.
things different. We're experiencing things different.